house was constructed in 1905, 1906. Took about 18 months to build, and it cost the Ringling family about $100,000.
What do you think that's worth in today's value?
Well, 100,000 today would be about $2 million. So they spent a great deal of money on this house. Your average house back then cost about $2,000. So house is steel framed. It's it's got a beautifully appointed house. So it's very nice, still standing strongly to this day.
So it was the Ringling family, but which of the Ringling family members actually lived in the home?
Al Ringling, the eldest of the 7 Ringling brothers, and his wife Lou. They lived here from December 1906 until January 1916. Al passed away from Bright's disease on January 1st of that year. And Lou moved out of the house, and she gave this house to the surviving brothers. They immediately gave it to their one sister, Ida. And Ida moved into the house with her husband and 3 kids, living here until 1927.
Now, what makes this house so unique is that it has a lot of the personal items from the Ringling family. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, actually the Ringling family would tell you this is the greatest collection of artifacts from their family anywhere. It's all congregated right here. They've been so kind to us, loaning us a lot of the stuff from their own family so that we could share it with people and put it on display here.
And how many rooms are in the home?
25.
25 rooms. And out of those 25 rooms, how many rooms actually have personal artifacts from the Ringling family?
Oh, almost every room.
That brings a lot of connection if you talk about the paranormal, because a lot of people, they think that you can have attachments to items. So
Sure.
This would be an attachment-rich environment for the Ringling family.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, I mean, we have something here almost from every single Ringling brother, so, and even their sister. So collectively, I would say it's pretty strong.
That's some great information for individuals who are interested in doing paranormal investigations. This is the place to come if they're at all interested in the Ringling family.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, my wife and I, we live in the mansion. We live in the servants' quarters. We always say the Ringlings still have servants. And since we've lived here a little over a year, there's no doubt in our mind that the Ringlings are still in residence here.
Well, why don't you tell us a little bit about that? What have been your experience, you and your family have had?
All kinds of things. I mean, of course, you have doors opening and closing, but in my mind, you could discount that from wind or breezes coming through the house and so on. You hear voices, you hear old-fashioned music sometimes. That's happened on occasion. And then also we have some residuals in the house. There's, we think it's a man because it sounds like it's a man going up and down the grand staircase. That usually happens like midnight to 2 in the morning. Not every day. It's sporadic. So once in a while, caught glimpses straight on in mirrors. I shouldn't say straight on, but in mirrors, we've caught pretty clear glimpses of what looked like Al Ringling moving around the house and so on. So
That's incredible.
you'll hear noises in the house you can't explain. Conversations. Sometimes you'll speak of Lou Ringling, Mrs. Ringling, and you'll smell perfume, and it seems to follow you, and those kind of things. So.
Well, it's well reported that people believe when there's restorations being done to older homes like this or other buildings, it really kicks up the paranormal activity. But what's interesting here, I would like to know, you have children in the home, you have 2 daughters, and now you have a very young son.
Mm-hmm.
What have you experienced with your 2 daughters being in the home?
Oh, some crazy stuff. I have a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old daughter, and my 6-year-old one morning I got up in the servants' quarters, walked out into the parlor. My 6-year-old was standing in the doorway to Mrs. Ringling's bedroom, and she was laughing and giggling and kind of looking in the room. And I said, "Good morning, Emily," and she turned, "Good morning, Daddy." I'm like, "What are you doing?" "I'm playing with Lou." And I said, "Oh, okay." And I walked over there and I said, "So what's going on?" She says, "Well, Lou's trying a dress on," and she's looking at it in the mirror, and she's making faces at me. So, yeah.
That's really cool.
And not only that, but also the Ringlings had a swing that was up there. And when we bought the house, the hooks from the swing and some of the rope was still there. And this last summer, my daughters and I went to Menards and picked up a new swing and put a swing up so the girls could play with it. And on one occasion, I went up there and caught the swing moving one evening when I went up to close windows. And then on some occasions, I've actually heard the swing moving back and forth.
Could you take us up there right now?
Sure, yeah, we could go up, yeah, that'd be fine. Yeah, it's a great old house. Thanks for your donation too, guys, that helps us so much. You have no idea. Hello. You have my shoes here? I don't have my shoes. Thank you, sir. Oh, we got all kinds of stuff like that. This house is loaded with things like that.
So, Joe, if you could, tell me the history of this item right here. What is it?
This is a spooky and great piece of history, I think, because it's got to do with the circus. On July 6, 1944 in Hartford, Connecticut, the Ringling Brothers and Baraboo WI Circus was doing their afternoon performance with 12,000 people in the big top, and the tent caught on fire. And in about, I believe, 90 seconds to about 2 minutes, the tent burned down. And 168 people lost their lives. Most of them was due to this tiger shoot. And these people, instead of going out the closest exit, these folks were trying to get back out the way they came in. And they ran into this tiger chute and they weren't able to get past it.
Okay, we're in Baraboo, Wisconsin. We're at the Ringling house. We're in the main level of the mansion. What we're going to do right now is we're going to go up to the 3rd floor. So we got 2 more flights to go up. We got a lot of rooms up there. Spiritual activity, some movement on some swing that's been there from the creation of this house when the children lived here. They got a really interesting artifact up there, cast iron, that was found during a circus tent that burned down, and where over 100 people died, and they were right on this cast iron. So we're going to go up there right now. We're going to see if we can capture any activity. Let's go. This level here is where Joe and his wife live. So we're just going to kind of cut right through there and go upstairs. Okay, so where are you now? Right over here is the spot. That's been reported by Joe. He's the owner of the mansion. Where this swing accident was moved. Joe said that, as you recall, I told you that he lives on the 2nd level that we have to pass through from upstairs. And he's been sitting right below us. He's heard this swing moving back and forth. And some of these objects up here moving around the floor, either toys. You can hear it from downstairs, and he would come up here and he would see this thing swinging 6 to 8 inches. And they're telling me right now, I know you're not here, but there is one draft up in here. This item over here, this is the cast iron I was telling you about. Joe told us this was in. Look at that.
Jeez, that's crazy.
There's nothing here. Can you see that?
Yeah, I got it.
Between orange and red. I don't know if you're seeing that.
Here, let me take it off night vision.
This is the cast iron Joe was telling us about. There was a Ringling circus going on in the big tent. And it started on fire. There was over 1,000 people in this tent. And they tried to evacuate people out. In this cast iron, what they found after the fire, there were 100 people pushed up against this cast iron and others like it next to each other, where people died in the fire trying to get out, but they were captured by this cast iron and they could not get out. The damage you see on this cast iron is from the fire. The bending from the top of the tents falling on it. And as you can see, this thing has really got some activity on it right now. There is no electrical. I'm going to try doing an EVP. So I'm going to move this away from it. As you can see, I'm away from it right now. This is Patrick and PJ. We are in the attic of the Ringling mansion. And I would just like you to be invited to come over and talk with me. Like I said, my name is Patrick, and this is PJ.
Hello.
Can you tell me your name? Can you tell me how many spirits are in this room right now with us? Do you like it that Joe and his family are restoring this home?
Just heard a noise over there.
Do you like it that they have been gathering a lot of the Ringling possessions and bringing it underneath one roof into this home? That's a recorder, made that noise. Why are you in the attic? Would you please give us a sign that you're in this attic with us? Can you knock on one of the walls, the wood, push something so it's very clear that we know that you're here?
I just saw a big bright flash right next to you.
Okay, I did not see that with my own eyes, so that's going to be interesting to look back and see what you saw.
And earlier when you were talking, can you give us a name or something? It looked like a dust or an orb flew right at you when you were talking. Earlier when you first started the EVP session.
Could you come right here, right now with me and stand next to me? And just let me know that you're here, and maybe PJ can capture it as I'm standing here next to your signs, you know, celebrating the success of the Ringling circus. I just saw a light. Patrick, right back here.
In the tower?
No, in the corner there.
Do you think it could be headlights?
No, the headlights would be captured right into like where you can see the window.
Mm-hmm. Could probably be the light that I saw on night vision.
Could be something. Was that you giving me a sign that you're here? What they call the tower room.
Tower? Okay, watch out for the camera.
Come on over this way. See? Cool how they still have like the greatest show on earth. As I'm standing here with all of these Ringling Brother circus artifacts, do these items bring you happiness? Do you like being around the circus trains and the signs that really demonstrated your success in life? For many years, you brought happiness to many families. Do you have happiness right now in the afterlife? Okay, I'm going to stop the EVP. And Patrick, how about if we do the obvious? And I'll hold
The obvious?
Yeah, and I'll hold the camera and you do that.
Okay. You can hold that. I have a recorder.
Here, we'll go back in the main room. Why don't you go buy that cast iron?
Are you ready?
Yep.
So right now what I have is called an Obelisk 3 device. It was made by Bill Chappell at Digital Dowsing. What this does, it can, the spirits can use its dictionary in here and spit out words in it. It's kind of like the PX device. If there's any spirits here in the attic from this fire, from this...
There was that noise right over here again.
EDP, meaning that up in the attic, doing the Obelisk 3. Are you making that noise up here in the attic? Or is it just a regular noise?
These are the blocks that Joe was talking about that he would hear be moving around up here.
Shoot? What would you like us to shoot?
The camera?
You want to shoot the swing? Was that you?
That was my pants.
Okay. Now stab rubbing his clothes.
Why don't you do another burst session?
Alright, so we're going to do another EVP burst session. We're right next to the blocks. Recording. Is there anybody here right next to me? Why do you like playing with the blocks so much?
Could you move one of the blocks now for us?
Do you know what year it is? Stopping. Alright, so I'm gonna play it back in the mic.
Recording. Is there anybody here right next to me?
Is that a yes?
Yeah, I got that. Did you hear that?
I did.
Recording. Is there anybody here right next to me?
Yes.
Yes.
That's so clear.
Just want to thank you for doing that for us.
Why do you like playing with the box so much? Could you move one of the blocks now for us? Do you know what year it is?
That was me.
Down from downstairs. Is it a sunny day outside right now? Are you stopping?
At least we got one good one. Alright, go ahead.
If you're in this room with me right now, can you please sit on the bed for me?
Let's go back in the bathroom and do EVP work in there. Where we got that voice last time. Careful, there's a statue in there.
Yeah. Bob's already in there. You're in the bathroom?
Ooh, I feel some weird energy in here. Do you remember us being in here a couple months ago? Ready to move to another room?
Yeah, we'll stop EVP.
What?
Floor.
Okay. I'll grab the K2.
So you can see the bed. I'm showing the bed again. There is nothing on the bed. Stop doing that.
Let's walk in here. The closet. Oh, EVP? This is where Mr. Ringling slept. And the one we just came out of was his wife's room. Back in the day, they did not sleep in the same bed when they were married. It was the normal tradition back in the 1900s. The Ringling, the owner of the house, died in the bathtub.
Mr. Ringling, are you in the bathroom? Can you touch the bathtub for me? Can you grab the side? Do you dislike this room?
That was me.
You sit on this rocker and look out the window. Can you sit on the rocker for me now? Can you see my heat source? So there's nothing on the rocker.
Ready to move?
I'll stop the hour.
I don't think we need that internet for that. I got the GoPro running downstairs too.